Be sober. I thought that was quite instructive. But in any event, going back to, that's the first statement. The second statement, Michelle, if you can bring that one up. Oh, before I go there, I want to talk about a few more things for Mr. Waldman that you have in your pocket to be able to find additional malice with him. Remember, he's the one that after the UK trial went to the LAPD with a notebook full of things and tried to get perjury charges against Amber. The LAPD said, we don't investigate those things. But he then went to a German newspaper and said, Amber is being investigated by the NYPD or the LAPD for perjury. Do you remember that? That's malice. That's showing his intent to do harm to Amber. He also admitted that he speaks to that umbrella guy, and you'll see that one text in there from the person from TMZ. That umbrella guy is the big lead of Johnny Depp's, positive social media that is putting all the negative out on Amber Heard. And he also...
All right, we're going to hit the pause button right here, but Elaine Bredehoff really coming to life here with these final arguments for the jury. We're going to hit pause. We'll get you back into the courtroom after this.
We're going to pause again until it comes back on, but I just didn't want it to go to a stopped video, so I unpaused it for a second.
Amber Heard's counsel, Elaine Bredehoff,
we're back, y'all.
Closing arguments. I want to bring in my guest. He's been analyzing it all from afar. Actually, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Criminal defense attorney Joe Tamburino. He's also a former prosecutor as well, and a regular guest on Court TV. Joe, always great to see you. I know you've got tons of thoughts. We've been able to talk a little bit off camera this morning and into the afternoon. Let's start with Elaine Bredehoff and Benjamin Rottenborn and what they're doing for Heard right now. Your thoughts, please.
Well, thanks for having me on, Julie. I think they're doing a very good job. I mean, Elaine is doing much better than she did in the actual trial because she was caught a little flat-footed trying to respond to hearsay objections by the other side. But they're doing a really good job. What are they doing is this. They're giving reasons for the jury to find for Ms. Heard. They're doing it very well. And Mr. Rottenborn, he really did a nice job of expanding the issue of abuse. It's not just physical abuse. It could be something like damaging property. So that was a really good argument.
Yeah, definitely. Very smart and well done by both of them. Tell me quickly before we go back in, the Depp side, what did you think about the closing arguments that they presented, please?
I have to say, Ms. Vasquez was a little boring. You shouldn't just get up there and simply regurgitate what people said by saying, well, this person said this, they also said that. You got to get up there and say, here's what this all means, and here's why my side wins. You simply just can't hit the replay button and go over what everyone said.
Yeah, I was surprised she was as tied to her notes as she was. And that is one difference when you see these attorneys representing Amber Heard. They're not tied to the notes. They're making eye contact, moving about the courtroom, making those arguments. Joe Tamburino, so glad we have you on the show. We're going to go back into the courtroom now. We hit the pause button previously. We're picking up where we left off.
Twitter using Amber. So now we'll go to the second counterclaim statement. And that is quite simply, this was an ambush, a hoax. They set Mr. Depp up by calling the cops, but the first attempts didn't do the trick. The officers came to the penthouses, thoroughly searched and interviewed, and left after seeing no damage to face or property. So Amber and her friends spilled a little wine, roughed the place up, got their story straight under the direction of a lawyer and publicist, then placed a second call to 911. Now this is May 21. The clear implication here is that they're saying that Amber got together with her friends. They decided they were going to set Johnny up to be charged for domestic violence. And so they called the police and they tried to make up this whole story, get him arrested, but the police said there's no evidence here, and went away, and they said, darn. And so they spilled wine and they, busted up the place, and they called 911. They got advice from a lawyer and a publicist, called 911, and tried again to get Johnny charged. That's what this says. Now, we all know that's false, and it's heinously false. Because, after these events happened, and Ben talked about a little bit of it, but I'll talk about the rest of it, and I'm going to try to do it really quickly. But we all know Amber did everything in her power not to tell them who Johnny was, not to press charges, not to have him arrested. the exact opposite of this. But what were the facts of May 21st? He comes over, he's already been drinking, he's already high, and he is on a tear about feces in the bed from a month ago. And remember how Amber talked about when he gets into these drug-induced things, he gets
This video is going to end. When it ends, my recording, I'm going to have to
go. And that was his this time.
delete some videos in my phone.